Come on, Lois. Late night. It's cold out here. Brrr. We are in the Brentwood section of Brentwood, I guess. Even the alleys look nicer here in Brentwood. Whew, it's a little cold out. A little chilly. I don't know how long this walk will be, but you guys enjoy it while I can do it. Of course, I'm the only idiot out here with shorts. So it's my fault. Good thing is there's no homeless in this area. So I feel like I can walk here late night. And, hey, morning. I feel like I can walk around and be safe. Now, I just tried to go in the Pacific Palisades to see the fire areas, but I was stopped by about 8 cop cars. So, it's crazy that, but the looters are still looting. That's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, I've heard a lot worse. Man, it's cold. This might be a real short. Hit the like button. I'm freezing my ass off for you guys. Come on, Lois, let's go. If you ain't gonna pee, let's get to stepping. But this is a very exclusive area of Brentwood. The street name is Montana, like Joe. Yeah, the chat, there's a lot of trolls in the stream last night. That's the problem with these late night streams, is the freaks come out. But the numbers are also better, so you know, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's not enough money in the world for me to do that. I would say right now it's in the early 40s in terms of the degrees. So I apologize if my hand is shaking. I definitely didn't do that. Okay, I see we got a lot of trolls on the stream tonight. That's okay. Just hit the like and subscribe button. Lois don't care. I would agree with you. Money isn't everything, but it doesn't suck to have it. Money in and of itself does not buy happiness, but it buys you things that makes you happy. This is probably a tough... I mean, trolls definitely do have a place in the internet, that's for sure. Keyboard warriors, you know, but I don't mind them. I mean, I've really yet to have a troll say anything that really hurt my feelings or anything, so... Actually, it can buy health. Vitamins and treatments and gym memberships, which, you know, now there's plenty of rich people who get cancer, but they also smoke cigarettes and do drugs. There's no reason to watch my back. I mean, this is literally at this time at night. Yeah, but that's a scenario that is so unrealistic. It's like, you know, it's never going to happen. You're never going to take my heart away. Now, this is a old school vintage movie theater. Ugh, Jeremy Piven. Here's the Goonies, man. Isn't it funny that this kid right here is like a huge actor now? What up, Drunken Donuts? Spielberg, Catherine Kennedy, Richard Donner. I mean, that movie had some heavyweight power behind it. But it's kind of cool, you know. The Arrow Theater. Thought about seeing what they would charge to do a special at. But the best time to go down in this area is on like Saturday and Sundays. It's packed full of hot babes. You know, it's kind of cool. You know, they have like beauty stores like this. I mean, I don't like Corey Feldman's music, but I don't, I don't, it's his right to do it. You know, I've met him a few times. He's actually pretty funny. Oh, of course he's making a fool out of himself. But, that's kind of his shtick. I mean, I don't think Corey Feldman thinks he's going to be ever taken seriously as a musician. But, he actually kind of, they got a lot of product here. He strikes me as the kind of guy who, has kind of saved his money. So he could just fuck around and, hey, how are you guys? It's rare to see people on the streets this late. I mean, that's the first time of walking here I've ever seen anyone else out here. It's a nice beauty store I sometimes go to. Okay, it's warming up a little bit since I'm moving. It's so peaceful out here. It is nice to be able to walk without the fear of getting jumped. Like, I can't walk my dog in my neighborhood. Too many fucking freaks out. I've almost gotten jumped a few times. I know these comments are wackadoony, but, you know, I don't block people. Yeah, I was at Louis Anderson's house a few times. No, get your head out of the gutter. Not for that. I'm a little too old for Louis. Sweet Lou! But, Louis was the financial backer of a talk show I was writing on. And, he was awesome. You know, comedy legend for sure. Yes, what do you want me to be doing? It's 3 a.m. where I live. Want me to play basketball at the local park? You know. I was pretty good in basketball. I was a rebounder. I didn't really have a good shot, to be honest with you. I was much more of a hockey guy. But, you know, in high school, they call me the White Rodman. So, that's one of those driverless cars. I am from West Hollywood. Well, I'm from Bel Air, California, but I live in West Hollywood. And right now I'm walking around Brentwood. I tried to walk Lois in the Palisades just now, see the fire damage and shit. But they would not let me. So just to give you an idea of the neighborhood I'm in, here's a $3 million home. It's not even that nice. There's a $3 million condo. Only 1,600 square feet. Just to give you an idea, my condo's about 1,600 square feet and ain't worth $3 million. All right, here's another home. All right, Northridge, $2 million. That's a pretty good deal, but you know, then you got to live in Northridge. So, yeah, that's the Earl Skakel real estate minute. Uh-oh, message held for review. Yes, for those of you new to the stream, not only do I do stand-up comedy, but I do voiceover work. I was the father on Tyler, the Creator's cartoon, The Jellies, which is on HBO Max, the Cartoon Network, and I believe Adult Swim. You can also see certain episodes and clips and highlights on YouTube. The Jellies. I play EA Sports. It's in the game. I wish I was the EA Sports guy. I make the money, honey. Do you know, Dana said, I don't. Casper store, I think, is a mattress store. Well, Lois got some energy right now. She's got a quick burst there. Let's get her to some grass. I see some grass over here. I know that this stream probably isn't the most popular. No, I've never used anal beads. That's a good question, though. See, I'll answer the trolls' questions. Yes, this is my dog. She's the best fucking dog ever. She's about 15 years old. And actually, my dog doesn't think I'm gay. With the amount of girls she's seen me fuck, Trust me, she knows I'm as straight as an arrow. Well, ask your mom. She would know. I see the trolls coming in late night. Come on, guys. Stop trying to hide your own homosexuality by asking me if I'm gay. Bunch of bone smokers in my stream right now. I agree with that, Jim H. 100%. Well, your mom knows I'm straight, so figure that one out, Chief. From Hollywood, California, baby. Actually, that's how she pees. Lois hasn't gone doo-doo yet. Come on, Lois. You guys love talking about who's gay. I could probably ask the same question to you guys. Bunch of bone smokers in my stream. And you know what? I don't care. I don't do shout-outs. Only for money, honey. The trolls are weird. It is 3:15 in the AM. I mean, I'm a stand-up comic, so this is really late night, because as soon as I walk her for a little bit, I'm going to go to sleep. No, trust me, they're not all transported to downtown LA. No, it's actually cold, Johnny, to be honest with you. This is a mutt. Lois is a mutt. I don't like a lot of stand-up comics, to be honest with you. I find very few people funny, to be frank. But probably my favorite stand-up right now is Anthony Jeselnik, which is kind of cool because I started with him out here. And then, hey, hit the like button. There's 42 people in here, man. Only 11 likes? Shit. And hit the subscribe button so you could see my comedy videos and all that shit. I don't, but your mom does. I actually don't like Louis C.K. I know that's like sacrilege to say that, but I really don't. I know these comments are, listen, I'm glad you guys are watching, but, you guys, man, get a life. Do you have sex with your dog? Are you gay? Like, what the fuck? Where's Canada? Up north, baby, up north. No, I don't like Dane Cook. I'm very dry and sarcastic myself. So the kind of comics I like are like Jeselnik style, Rich Voss, Barney McFarlane, his wife. See, I don't like Doug Stanhope at all, but I love him as a person. Every time I see him at the Comedy Store, we talk, and he's very friendly, and it's just not, his humor's not for me. And he probably wouldn't think I'm funny. You know, he just seems kind of bitter and angry. It's like, bro, you're very successful. You're a beloved comic. You know, do late night walks with your dog. Then you'll know you've hit rock bottom. Let's just walk down this random street in the darkness. I don't think Bill Burr's overrated. Because, you know, here's what a lot of people don't see about Bill Burr is he fucking works hard. And he doesn't have to. Like, he'll literally show up at an open mic to do 5-10 minutes. Not many comics would do that of his fame level. I love Shane Gillis. You know, I'm not going to lie and say I've watched, you know, a ton of his comedy, but, you know, he's great comic. You know, people are hating on him because he got big pretty fast, but, you know, he's been a comic for a long time, so it's not like he's an overnight success. Yeah, I wanted to get in on that cartoon, but, all right, this is pretty dark, this street, but, you know, these are like $1 million condos to the left and right of me, so it's all good, babies. I know, I do have to keep my voice down because, you know, it is 3 in the morning here. I wouldn't say I've partied with Ron Jeremy, but, you know, Ron Jeremy was a big stand-up comedy fan. So a lot of times he would show up at the Comedy Store late night and watch us all. But what no one realized outside of me was that he has that disease, narcolepsy. So he would watch like 1 or 2 comics, and then he'd fall asleep in Mitzi's chair on the back. But this was before we all knew he was a rapist. Funny Ron Jeremy story is a lot of people don't realize this, but Ron Jeremy was basically, I don't know if I would say he was Me Too'd out of porn, but he was so fucking creepy that no girl wanted to work with him. So one day, he is, come on, Lois. He's working on my friend's porno. He's directing Ron Jeremy. And Ron Jeremy fell asleep in his chair, and he shit his pants. So it was time to film Ron Jeremy's scenes. And, you know, it was quite clear that, you know, Ron had shit his pants. And my buddy was like, hold on here. My buddy was like, hey, Ron, we're ready for you, but do you want to freshen up? Maybe take a shower? And Ron Jeremy was like, nah, I'm good. So you kind of start to see why no women wanted to work with him toward the end. In porn, they have a do not work list where if you're an actress or, I guess, an actor, you can submit a list of people you won't work with. And let's just say Ron was on literally 98% of the female actresses will not work list. What about Brody Stevens? Hold on. Yes, that's, you know, but in porn, that's the one business you can be in where you can be disgusting looking, But if you have a foot-long dick like he does, you can still get work, I suppose. But if you look at early pictures of Ron Jeremy, like when he was like in his 30s in porn, he was kind of, not, I mean, I wouldn't say he was good looking, but he wasn't like completely disgusting. Was the Ron story a projection? How do you mean? I'm not getting your sense of humor. Okay. Got some weirdos up here. Gotta be on alert. Gotta have your head on a swivel always. Come on, Lois. No, her cough has been really good lately. Yeah, I've done shows with Jay Okerson. He's cool. Hey, all right, man. Am I a fan of Pauly Shore? Yeah, I think he's really funny, actually. And it's, you know, because I've seen him. Like, I opened up for him once, and it was really out of curiosity. I was like, I've really never seen his stand-up before. I want to see what it's like. And, he was pretty funny, to be honest with you. See, you got to listen to what I say. I never said Louis C.K. wasn't funny. I said, he's not funny to me. He's obviously funny. He plays arenas. But you like what you like. Brody was a good man, you know. He was supposed to do my podcast the day he, passed away. Bill Hicks is another guy that I mean, obviously Bill Hicks is very funny. I just don't find him funny. You know, there's people who don't think I'm funny. But you know what? I've done, a fair amount of things in my career. So obviously I'm funny. But I'm certainly not for everybody. You know, comedy is so subjective, as is music, and really all forms of entertainment. Like, I love hockey. A lot of people don't. You know, a lot of people love soccer. I struggle watching it. Except, like the World Cup. I don't know who that is. Yeah, he does crush puss still. Well, Joe, if you don't think I'm funny, that's totally cool. Leave the stream. And this stream really isn't meant to be funny. I'm literally walking my dog at 3 a.m. just to give you guys a look into the life of a comic and what they do when they're not on stage. Some people like that. You clearly do not. I've done the Laugh Factory in Long Beach. Never really enjoyed it because to get paid, you got to go to the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, and the club is too big. I mean, there's maybe 5 or 6 comics who could fill it. Otherwise, even with 100 or 200 people in there, it feels empty. But it's still in business. So, there you go. I don't go to too many parties these days. I went to nightclubs in the 80s, man. I win in the game of life, to be honest with you. I mean, nothing beats the clubs and the house parties I went to in the 80s. It just, clubs and house parties in the 80s, it's kind of like they say Vietnam was. You either were there or you weren't. I've performed at the Mothership once. I think they were really the innovators of putting phones in those yonder bags. So I definitely owe them a thank you for that. Because now the Comedy Store does the very same thing. And, it's, when people can't look on their cell phones, it's, the audience is much more engaged. So, I've had some of the best sets in my life in the last 2 weeks at the Comedy Store because the audience's phones are now in locked bags until the end of the show. And it's much better. No one's checking their Instagram. No one's texting. So I think yonder bags are going to save comedy, to be honest with you. I mean, at the Comedy Store, they've been gradually doing that the last couple months, and now it's in all 3 rooms. And you just feel a little freer to delve into wacky material. I mean, it still has to be funny, to be honest with you, but it's just a little more liberating to know that no one's taping you. So if a joke doesn't work, it's not on YouTube in 10 minutes. But I did do the Mothership. I did it on a Thursday night. And I was lucky enough to do the big boy room, which I guess nobody really gets to do the big boy room their first time, but I did. And it was awesome seeing some of my LA comedy friends, that moved to Austin, and it had been a minute since I'd seen them. And I would go back. I mean, I didn't feel completely welcomed there. But, I would go back if the offer was made to me. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Bill Hicks wasn't the greatest stand-up ever. He's never made me laugh. He's kind of in that Stanhope category of, bro, why are you so bitter, man? Life is good for you. He just seemed unhappy. But, he's obviously, or was obviously, very funny. I don't like blues music, but I will put Stevie Ray Vaughan in, the discussion for greatest guitar players of all time. Just because I don't like blues and jazz, I'm not going to discount his talent. I mean, I'm not going to say he wasn't funny. I mean, I think Carrot Top's funny. But if you don't like prop comedy, you're going to think he sucks. You know what I'm saying? What's up? I'm just walking my dog in Brentwood at, almost 3:30 in the morning? My worst bomb. Probably the night at the Comedy Store in the main room. I was filming what they call a pilot, which is a test episode of a TV show, for those of you not getting the terminology. And Ian Bagg was on the show. Whitney Cummings was hosting it. It was produced by Barry Katz, who he was the creator of Last Comic Standing. Because I want exercise. And the premise of the show, the show is called One Night Stand-Up, which was a dating show. And it was kind of innovative. The girl never sees you, so she doesn't know what you look like. It was kind of like the dating game, but you do your act. And she picks you based on that. So, I think out of 12 comics, I was 6th in the lineup. And that's the sweet spot. You want to be in the middle of the lineup because the crowd's warmed up. They've heard a couple bombs. They've heard some good jokes. So they're in the prime zone to laugh. And, everyone's doing kind of cookie cutter humor to appease the girl and come off like a good guy. So I thought, I'm going to go with dark humor. Give this girl an edge. And so this was, I think, 2005, maybe 2006, right around the Duke Lacrosse sexual assault trial. So my first show now, first of all, let me say this. Back in that era of my comedy, I used to wear hockey jerseys on stage because I wanted to stand out, but not do what like that old school comic Rick Rockwell did and wear like loud Hawaiian shirts. I thought, what's something that nobody else wears that would separate me from the pack, but it wouldn't be obnoxious? And I thought, no one really wears sports jerseys on stage. And I thought, I don't want to wear a football or a baseball jersey. I'm going to wear hockey jerseys on stage. So I had on a New York Rangers jersey. And so I'm next. I'm waiting. If you're a pro wrestling fan, you'll get this. I'm waiting in what is called the gorilla position. And I hear Whitney Cummings calling my name. And Barry Katz, the producer of the show, comes up to me. And he's fucking pissed. And I had no idea why. I never really even fucking met him before. And he's kind of infamous in the comedy world. A lot of people think he ripped off Dave Chappelle and many other comics. As a matter of fact, this is a subtle plug. If you look up Inappropriate Earl, Barry Katz, the episode I did with him years later, It's one of my favorite interviews I've ever done because we just talked about the industry. Obviously, I'm the comic, he's the manager. So it's a fascinating look at both sides of the table. And so he comes up to me. Whitney Cummings is calling my name. I literally have 1 foot on the stage, right behind the curtain. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, Barry, I'm next. She's calling my name right now. He's like, no, I mean, what the fuck are you wearing? And I said, oh, I always wear hockey jerseys on stage. It's like my shtick. And he's like, you can't wear that on TV because of the logos, you fucking idiot. And so I take the jersey off and I had on this really gaudy Affliction shirt. Like, oh, this is getting tangled here. And I mean, it was, when I say gaudy, it was really gaudy. And so I started off with a Duke lacrosse joke. I mean, Whitney gave me a great introduction. And so the crowd, they clap, and then I get to the front of the stage. I'm like, hey, everyone, the Duke lacrosse captain? He has a degree in economics. So if anyone knew 47 guys didn't go into 2 girls, it was him. And the only thing I heard was Ian Bagg in the back of the room going, oh my God. So that's probably my worst bomb. And then I got scared, because here's the weird thing. And this is what still appeals to me about stand-up comedy, is that for the previous month, I knew I was going to be on the TV show. So I had ran my set, probably 100 times. And you guys know me, and for those of you who don't, I'm really fucking honest. So when I don't do well, I admit it. When I do well, I say I did well. And out of those 100 times I ran the set, that joke worked every time. Got belly laughs. And just that particular night, it bombed, and then I went into kind of a semi-racist joke, and that bombed, and, I can laugh about it now, but definitely, I will remember that set forever, for better or worse. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button, man. My hands are going numb. It's so cold out here. Well, the problem with LA crowds is, there's a couple different kinds of crowds. Industry crowds, which never laugh. And then you get, depending on the day, you get crowds who, like Sunday nights in general, are really bad shows because it's tourist. They leave early, probably Monday morning, basically Sunday night. And they're just there to fill time. Obviously, the best crowds are like Saturday nights, Friday nights. Friday nights are tough because most of the people have been working all day. They ran home, had dinner, and, so it's not maybe the greatest night to perform. And, although Saturday nights in general are the best nights, you got to figure that people have been eating and drinking all day. So by the time I go on at, 12:15 a.m., essentially Sunday morning, they're fucking cooked. So, but you take the good with the bad. I mean, Saturday night, I probably had my best main room set ever because the crowd was super hot and everyone before me was doing well. And there was a lot of excitement in the room because the comic before me, that was his first set in the main room as a paid regular. So there was a good energy in the room and he did very well and he gave me a really nice intro. So, it was very fun Saturday night. Plus I got to meet one of my favorite wrestlers who was there. I actually knew he was going to be there, so I wore the shirt he wears on TV. And I came out to his theme song. I go the extra mile. Thank you guys for joining me this late at night. I know it's morning for a lot of you. You guys are Earl soldiers. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Even the trolls. This is Brentwood, California. I tried to give you guys a look at the fire damage area, but the cops told me to turn around. I guess they're still having looting problems. Come on, Lois. We're almost done, baby doll. No, MVP was the wrestler. He is the heel manager of the Hurt Syndicate, previously of WWE, and now in AEW. Well, let's go this way. This has been a nice long walk. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Corolla. Yeah, I've done his podcast before. We got along very well. I have met Adam Sandler a couple times. I've done stand-up on a show with him. Very nice guy. Maybe the nicest guy in all of Hollywood. And it's legit. Like, he's just that nice. No, she's getting a little tired. Hold on, Lois. Yeah, if you look up Adam Carolla, Earl Skakel, about a year ago, It was very cool. Yeah, Sandler is incredibly generous. I was once doing a short film for his cousin Tyler Spindell, or his nephew, I don't know. I think it's his nephew. And, it's just a short film, no money, no budget. And Adam Sandler came by and took us all for pizza. And there's probably a crew of about maybe 5 or 6 actors and probably 10 crew, camera guys, boom, mic guys and whatnot. And I noticed that Adam spoke to them more than, what up, Leo? He wanted to talk to the crew as much as he wanted to talk to the actors because he knew none of us were making any money. So I thought that was very cool. Hello, man. I don't remember you from last night, to be honest with you. We'll do about another 8 minutes, guys, and then it's time to turn the cameras off and for Earl to go sleepy. We'll go by the movie theater one more time. It's just funny to see it so empty here when on like a Saturday afternoon it's fucking packed. Oh no, I don't think she knows her way home from here. We are about 10 miles from home. So I don't think Lois could find her way back. But I will say this, if any dog could, it would be Lois. Never met Tim Allen. Yes, it would have been lovely to have been in the movie Big Stan. And the funny thing is, all the big movies Rob Schneider's been in and wrote and directed and starred in, and Saturday Night Live, and all the accomplishments he's made in stand-up. His favorite movie is Big Stan because he financed it, produced it all on his own. And he's very proud of it. And I don't know if it was released in theaters, to be honest with you. Come on, buddy. David Carradine was in it, Randy Couture, Bob Sapp. Favorite pizza place in LA? It's called Z Pizza. It's in West Hollywood. And it's mainly my favorite place because I can walk to it. I'm not really familiar with New York pizza. I will say the best deep dish, because I think it's still in my stomach, is a Giordano's, which is in Chicago. Very famous pizza place. All right, about 3 more minutes, guys. Just heard an explosion. That's lovely to hear at this time of night. The freaks are out tonight, man. I know. Well, I don't know how big Bob Saget's dong was, but you seem to have some inside info, so I can't say you're lying. I met Bob Saget once at the Comedy Store. I was on stage literally performing to nobody but the cover booth girl, because it was late night and for whatever reason there was no crowd. And, she wanted to go home, but I said, hey, Chelsea, let me just do a couple minutes. I got to hear these jokes through a microphone, and I just got to get the wording out. So I'm literally doing my set to Chelsea. And when you're on stage in the original room, you can see anyone who walks in the back way, because there's like a silhouette that appears. And I instantly knew it was Bob Saget who walked in. And so, hey, come on, buddy, let's go. How are you? Good, thanks. And I know Bob Saget like dirty jokes, so I went with the filthiest, cruelest jokes I could come up with. And he came up to me afterwards when a bunch of people were in the hallway and just whispers into my ear, love the dark stuff. So that's my Bob Saget story. Okay, Lois. Time to get in the car, baby doll. Okay. Lois, hey. Hey, come here. Come on. Hello. All right. Well, someone brought up Bob Saget's name just now, so I'll tell it tomorrow night if I want. It's my stream. I can talk about whatever I want. That's the beauty.